Hello everybody. So today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about triple integrals. So now I will show you how to answer. So we want to sketch the solid. So we need to create about O, S, Y, Z. So because this is behind OSY, so we need to create the dot line in here. This one is about Z, this one is about S, and this one is about Y. Now let's go to the boundary. We see that this is about the circle, and the radius is about the square root of number 4, and that's about number 2. So we have Y and Z, so that should be about this one and this one. So we need to put the circle in here. Because Y and Z square, so the center is about 0, 0, and the radius is about number 2. So we put number 2 in here. Negative number 2, negative number 2. Because this is about behind OSY, so we need to create the dot in here. Now let's go to the next one. We have the boundary of S from negative number 1 to positive number 3. So negative number 1, that's in here. And positive number 3, that should be in here. So if we open the boundary in here, we need to draw another circle. And we have the center in here, and the second circle behind of this one. And now if we connect 3 circles in here, you will got about cylinder. And now I need to put the dot line in here. Something like this. We see this is about the cylinder in here. And we just finished about the sketch. Now let's go to find these triple integrals. So we have S. We do for S first because we still have S in here. So we have the boundary. S should be about from negative number 1 to positive number 3. About dy. So we put the z square on the right. Later that we put the square root for the both sides. And you got about y between 2, 4 minus z square. And the second one, negative the square root of 4 minus z square. So we will got about the boundary of dy. That should be this one and this one. And the last one, that's about dz. We see that we have number 4, so that should be from negative number 2 to positive number 2. and we just finished about put the boundaries. Now we need to find the value of this triple integrals. So we have the s, we have s square in here, so we will got about s to the power of 3 over 3, and we have the boundary from negative number 1, positive number 3, and we put this one go in here. So we put number 3 go in here, negative number 1 go in here, and we got the final answer. That's about 3 to the power of 3 minus negative number 1 to the power of 3 over 3. And we have this one in here. We calculate the value in here. And we got about 28 over 3. So I will put number 28 over 3 outside the integration. Now we just have this one in here. And this one in here. Now in this situation, we need to use about polar coordinates. So in this situation, we can use about y equal to r cosine theta, z equal to r sine theta, dy dz we change for r dr d theta. So in this situation, we change the boundary to. So we have the square root. We put y and z into this one, and you will simplify and you got about r square. Dy dz we change for r dr d theta. dr, that's about the radius of the circle. That should be about from 0 to number 2. d theta, we got about 0 to 2p because we go a full circle. That's why you got about from 0 to 2p. And now we just got the final answer. The square root of r squared, you got about r. We have another r. We have the r, d theta. R with r, you got about r squared. And now the integral of r squared, you got about r to the power of 3. So we put number 2 in here, number 0 go in here, and we got the answer for the next one. That's about 2 to the power of 3 minus 0 to the power of 3 over 3 d theta. And this is about 8 over 3. So I put outside the integration. So this one, you got about 224 over 9. And this one, you got about 2b minus 0. And now we got about 448 over 9. B. This is the end. Thank you for watching.